Hello everybody, Joseph's here and we're going to be talking about magical psychic stuff again today. Now I'd like to introduce my friend Pina, who is also very interested in psychic stuff and very capable. She was a student and she shows enormous promise, though she doesn't follow it as closely as she should. But we won't talk about that later, Pina.
Should. Well, there's the word should.
Hello.
Right. Now, you might have seen Pina on Cairns News swearing a lot about somebody nearly killing everybody, but she's not going to swear today, are you, Pina?
No,
I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Good, Pina.
No,
right,
I'm not.
okay.
She's
So
not.
what we're talking about today is the mirror. Now, the whole idea of the scrying mirror is very, very old. One way to use it has been to look into it to see what patterns form. That's something I can't do very well for various reasons. But also, I believe your eyes can play tricks on you with patterns because the human brain is made to see faces from when we're little babies. So I use a method, I don't know what I call it really, but I touch the mirror, I close my eyes. And to me the mirror becomes like a doorway to everywhere. I've had consistent experiences with many, many people over time. It seems to have an objective reality. And I love doing it very much. I seem to be able to do it with just about any mirror which I touch and just have a sensation. I don't really know how this stuff works, but it seems to work, so that's enough for me. The same as I don't really know how a car works, and yet I drive the things. So what we're going to do today, Pina's partner Mark is not well.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to reach through the mirror and try and, at the very least, make him feel a bit better. Now with healing, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it works a little bit, sometimes it works a very great deal. It doesn't matter. You do your best, you send out what you can, and then you just leave it there. You do the very best we can. And this sort of healing seems to be a combination of wishing and wanting the person to be okay, to be compassionate, and to use your energy, to use some energy and send it to the person. Many people say...
Like the Christian version of a prayer?
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar because your will is to make someone well. And many people say, oh, what if I deplete myself or whatever? Who cares? Really, seriously, you're helping someone who's sick. You'll get better. Have a coffee. Have a beer. But with me, I picture the sun shining down on me. The sun is how I picture God now. It shines on the whole world. It won't come down and rescue you if you're being mugged in a car park. So it's this general, beautiful energy that suffuses all things. So, what we're going to do, now Pina, would you touch the mirror please? Good. Now, Pina's our connection to Mark. Right, okay. Now, you can just sit there and be the connection. Look at my lovely forehead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the mirror now. Right. I'm going to open the mirror. And to open the mirror, I just picture it opening around me like a beautiful circle of light. Scratch my nose. I always get an itchy nose when I do this. So it's opening around me like a beautiful circle of light. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to feel Cairns and the people and the mountains and the sea and all the beautiful living things in the sky above us. Now, I want you to think of Mark, please, Pina. Now I'm going to reach out towards him so I can feel his energy and I'm going to touch his hand. And now I'm going to picture the sun shining down on him and feeling his aches and pains, feeling how unwell he is. Now we're just going to picture the sun shining down on him and just pushing those pains out of his body and making him feel okay. He's one of us, he's a fellow creature. So we're going to bless him, we're going to bless him with our wishes. Now for just a minute, I'm just going to picture the sun shining on him. Okay, and so what we're going to do now, the mirror can also be used to get glimpses of the future for the person who I'm talking to. It shows things. It shows things. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to close the mirror and come back here. Now,
Joe, what is it that you feel when you're actually feeling?
Initially, it feels like a like a wide space opening under me and around me. It's dark, but not in a bad way. It's dark like the nighttime sky is. And sometimes I'll feel sensations of tingling in my hands, But it's mainly my clients who feel that now. I tend not to. I'm so focused on what's there. And I will get a sense of people around me, of their energies and the neighbours, and like I said, the beautiful living things. There are a number of different sensations, but generally, to summarise them, it's just a feeling of openness and movement.
And are these energies always positive, or are there times there that you feel that they might be dark?
If I'm talking to somebody who's in great pain, it feels different. I'll sense I'll feel their fear there, and their sadness and their anger. And so what I try and do is, in a sense, touch them, maybe hold them, and just ease their sense of loneliness and being alone, and just, like I said, picture the sunlight on them. And also, if somebody is dying, sometimes there can be a sense of fear. And so, in a sense, we use the mirror for them to get a glimpse of what's coming, of the afterlife, of whatever. And it seems to find some comfort. Or, for example, if we're looking at somebody who's involved with the person I'm talking to, for example, someone who's hurt them or abused them or treated them badly or robbed them, I'll reach out until I can feel that person's energy. And in a sense, I'll give them a slap in the head, because it's, especially if that darkness is intentional, that they wish to hurt people. So that's it. It's a variety of things.
Okay, and I also noticed that it's like you're almost in a trance-like state, like you're talking to someone, you're praying, or is there a spiritual side to this? What is it that...
Well, normally I have trouble meditating. I don't seem to be able to do it. The nearest I get to meditation is driving my car. But when I'm doing this, I do lose that sense of myself, because I'm very focused on what's happening. When I speak, I use a very, very old language. It isn't used much anymore. And I'm letting my emotions just pour out into what I'm doing. I'm trying to lose that sense of myself and just focus on the person that's there.
Okay.
Now, I've also used the mirror, as I've said earlier, to spy on North Korean missile bases, or to see what the Russians are up to and things like this. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it works quite clearly, and I'll feel an area, and I'll get Google Earth, and I'll home in on it. The emotional aspect of that is very, very different. It has a coldness and indifference to it. I'm just looking for a certain feel of different things. And often my clients will have sensations too. You've used the mirror before. Have you felt anything?
Yes.
What have you felt?
I've felt joy come from there. I've felt a sense of healing when we've gotten together and tried to heal people. I've felt this overwhelming sense of pouring myself into that mirror and giving my all.
Is that unusual for you?
It is unusual. It was something I'd never experienced before. And I think part of it is people letting go, because I think most of my life I've held back, and with this has been in a healing sense, allowed me to let go and just go with it rather than resist.
And you don't need me to do it. You found you can do it by yourself too, yes?
Do it by myself. I've come to learn that I can.
Yes. It's a learnable technique.
And I also experienced not closing off from the mirror.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
There was a time there when I was first learning and I used the mirror, but I didn't close off from the mirror. And so I had a horrible week. I was absorbing all these different energies and they weren't me.
Yeah.
I was getting anxiety and emotions that weren't related to what was going on in my life.
So people around you.
So people around me, I had turned it on until Joe said, you need to go to the mirror and you need to say sleep.
Yes.
And that was the start of being able to switch it off. So I learned that once you open something, you need to close it. You need to.
Yes.
So it was something that I learnt the hard way, because that week was hell.
Yeah.
So the other thing with this, Joe, do you have visions or it's more feelings? Because people would probably want to know what it is.
To me, it feels like, the only way to describe it, it's a feeling that is visual. But if it's just purely visual, I'll see somebody or a scene in a bubble, like I'm looking into it. But the best way for me to use it is just to get that sensation, like looking at you now, it's just there, you're Pina, everything about you. It's not just how you look, it's the general feeling. And Jessie over there, and to me that's a more powerful way of doing it, because I can lose myself in it.
So it's an experiential thing?
Yes, it's experiential.
A full-blown visual,
it's like diving,
sensory.
It's like diving into a pool of water.
It's cool, it's wet,
it's all these things.
Yeah.
And then down below in the depths of the water, there is that shining, beautiful gem. And also an octopus, hopefully, because I love octopuses. And I want to be reincarnated as one.
Yeah, of course.
Hanging out with octopus babes in the depths of the sea. Be a great reincarnation. So we're going to say goodbye for now. So say goodbye, Pina.
Bye.
Bye, Pina.
Bye, bye, everybody.
Bye, Jay.